The first time filming at a new shop is always interesting, you know? Y'all would have seen me get pulled over in the old Saturn truck this morning. I love it. Sounds great.
I might post this just in the hopes that it gets no view. That would be fantastic.
Ooh, I haven't seen this truck in like 3 weeks. But they sent me the wrong one, so not tonight. Joke's on me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sometimes you just got to pick the camera up and start filming a little bit. So I stopped by Adam's Custom Wheels this morning. Shout out to Dominic and Brad over there. They were super nice. I just didn't start filming the video until after I left. I'm on the road today, and I wanted to just, one, give a shout out to Adam's Custom Wheels. Shout out Dominic and Brad one more time because they were super cool. But I'm up here with Reed at Blvd Auto. He's opening his new shop January 4th. And I kind of want to just give you guys a before and after later on. So, and I saw the red Chevy out front. Immediately, I'm just like, man, this is the place I need to be. 2414 gears with the amps on what I guess it's a rough country, but the all red Chevy, you know, I gotta show love to the all red Chevy. And they've always got some cool stuff up here. They do a lot of work with Team Billet, so do a little walkthrough of the shop so you guys can get a before and after when we come back for the grand opening. The first time filming at a new shop is always interesting, you know? People gotta get used. Nobody comes up here and films or anything?
Darius came up one time.
Darius, shout out to Darius Anderson. I did a video with him at SEMA this year.
Yeah.
So let's do a little walk around to the shop. This is Reed. Everybody new to the channel, this is Reed. Owns Blvd Auto Works. Up here, are we in Gainesville right now?
Gainesville.
Gainesville, Georgia. That's right, Darius. I don't want to say that. Darius lives close to here.
Yep.
So what I'm doing is I'm gonna do a walk around of the shop before and after. So when we come back for the grand opening on January 4th, we'll be able to see before and after. So you walk in, showroom, shout out to the KG1 flag over here, love it. Part of the showroom here and there. One of the coolest things about, I don't want to say leaving Southern Tire, but I'm going to say it that way. Leaving Southern Tire is, hey, what's going on?
What's up? What's up?
No, I got a YouTube channel. No, you're good, you're good. No, you're good. One of the coolest things about leaving Southern Tire is seeing shops that do more. So I don't want to say Southern Tire does basic stuff because that's not the case, but shops that do more than just your bolt-on stuff. So they're doing full frame offs, lowering kits, slamming stuff to the ground. They're even cutting pieces on plasma tables over here, kind of like Poppy's does. Shout out to the guys in Miami. So we're gonna do a little walk around of some of the trucks that they got here so you guys can see the before and after.
Drop the roof and let the smoke clear. I got diamonds doing twisty slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip tonight. Slip that on and we might miss the fight.
Quintessential bow tie build, new body style Duramax over here on the 26s. Framing money floating center caps, absolutely love it. Got the all chrome and white FTS kit, chrome front cross member, color matched uppers, spindles. They got the front bars with the billet accent pieces on the outside. They're doing, I believe it's a pinion seal, pinion bearing, one of the two. Big overlay on the back as well. All chrome everything. Powder coated rear axles. Absolutely love it. All chrome and white. Clean as hell. This is like the quintessential Alex build. And they're doing a bunch of stuff like this. McGaughy's, FTS, on top of doing all the big frame off stuff. Just because I had looked this way first. You got Adrian's. I've seen this at a bunch of show. Big 30-inch JTXs on the Striker, the blue, the gray together. Beautiful combination. Love this one on the Furies. Got to have the Furies if you're going that big. Love that setup. Y'all seen Armando's truck on the channel a bunch. The red's one of my favorites. 30s, 42s. Clean setup. The big 15 to 18-inch FTS. The red. Custom traction bars in the back. 30-inch American Forces, freaking love it. I've always been a fan of Armando's truck. Armando has always showed love. Shout out to Max Diesel on the back. He's always showed love to the channel. Even from day one when I was working at Cadillac, he was a fan of the channel. So I've been a fan of his for a long time. So we're always trying to show love to each other. So shout out to Armando, he's super cool. Look, he's got the elevated audio on the back too. If my boy's watching, I believe they're about to do Willwoods on this one, which is why this one's here. But they got the super nice C10 they're about to slam on the ground for any of my lower truck fans. And then I've seen this one a bunch too, the rose gold and blue bagged Kelderman kit. Absolutely beautiful. So there's always something cool up here. We're gonna start making trips up here, filming a little bit more. Right around the corner from Adam's Custom Wheels. Great customer of mine as well. Shout out to Dominic and Brad again, just trying to name drop them in the video in case they see it. Like I said, Reed opening the shop. Wanted to show you guys before and after of the shop before it's done so you guys can see the process and build along with him, and his grand opening will be January 4th. You see, this is why y'all need to follow me on Instagram, because y'all would have seen me get pulled over in the old Saturn truck this morning. I'm going to Starbucks, but if you don't follow me on Instagram, you would have never known that. But I'm headed down to Southern Tire today, so we can go see them for a minute, go to lunch with John, and then I gotta go meet Vandy, because we're throwing a diff cover on the back of the silver truck, and we're picking the silver truck up today, and I'll let you guys know what was wrong with it from the last video. I can't come to this side of town without coming to see John. John's always upset that I don't come see him anymore, but Jesse's up here today, and I haven't heard Jesse's truck. Vandy, who is the guy that did all the work to my truck, just cammed this one as well. What originally happened to the truck?
Failed lifter at 70,000 miles.
Failed lifter, 70,000 miles. There is an older video on the channel of us building this one at Southern Tire. When I worked at Southern Tire, Jesse's one of my favorite customers and also one of my favorite trucks that we did. 9-inch McGaughy's, 26-inch Hostiles with the Furies, the white lug nuts, the white accents on the McGaughy's kit, and he's got a bunch of other stuff he's about to do too. But so before we hear it, stage 2 cam?
Stage 1.
So stage 1 cam, Texas speed, I believe. Any other supporting mods, or did you just do DOD delete?
DOD delete and Johnson lifters.
Okay, so just new lifters, DOD delete, and cam. I mean, the truck's new enough, you probably don't have to replace that much stuff. I think the only other thing is you had a big Corsa exhaust.
No,
or Borla, that's what it was.
Borla.
Had a big Borla exhaust set up on the back before it was cammed. So that's gonna be the biggest difference, obviously, between a lot of your cam setups are gonna sound similar. A lot of the cams are gonna have a different style tone to them, different chop to them. The exhaust setups, in my opinion, are what definitely make the most difference in sound. So go ahead, I've definitely been excited to hear this one though. I've noticed, and the Tahoe that we have has a really big Corsa exhaust on it. All of the exhaust systems are definitely going to quiet it down a little bit, which on the road you're going to have a deeper, louder sound, more aggressive sound on the road, but the idle is quieter, right? So mine, being straight piped with just mufflers on the back, has a nice, I don't want to say nicer because they sound different. It's got a lot deeper, louder chop or louder idle sound, but it is obnoxious on the road. So it's almost like, which would you rather deal with? You know what I mean? Like I love the way this sounds. It's super nice, super clean, definitely not obnoxious and too loud. But I love the just super deep, just aggressive chop at idle. But I guarantee you this one sounds 10 times better than mine on the road does. Because mine,
it sounds good driving.
Yeah, his probably sounds great driving. Mine's a little clappy on the road. So it's like, which would you rather have? But completely different trucks. The years, the engines, everything about the engines are different, even though they are a 5.3, just different years, different builds. Or no, yours is 6.2. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So completely different engines, different exhaust setups, different everything. So you're always going to have different sounds. You're never going to be able to duplicate anything. But I wanted to give Jesse his love on the channel one time. He's always shown love to the channel, so I'm always trying to show love to him. We're up here at Southern Tire hanging out for a couple hours before we go pick my truck up. So just wanted you guys to be able to hear this for the first time with me. I love it. Sounds great. Well, today we're installing something new on the truck. One of the things I love about working with different brands is that it pushes me out of my comfort zone. Sometimes I get to do things on the channel that normally I wouldn't do. To be honest, never in a million years would I have put a rear diff cover on the truck, and it's a great way to do some maintenance on the truck and make it look good at the same time. So, hello.
What's happening?
A little ASMR. Ooh. And as soon as I popped the box open, immediately it was a great idea. Ooh. I'm a fan, actually. I actually really like that. Y'all know red's my favorite color. Shout out to the Wolfpack. That black and red is freaking beautiful. I called Vandy on the way over here and I said, hey, do I need a gasket? No, I don't, because it comes with one. And all your hardware, just in case you're an idiot and you lose it as soon as you take it off the truck. I will expose myself and say that the scratch on the front is partially my fault as well. Nobody's fault but mine on that one. Ooh, I haven't seen this truck in like 3 weeks, brother. It is nice to, what are you doing over there? Man, it's got a whole little fire started over here. I don't know why I was just not expecting to walk in and see a fire like that. So I guess we're gonna find out. One, thankfully it comes with a new gasket. I joked about, but that is really nice, actually, all jokes aside.
I'm surprised it came with a gasket.
Me too. We were prepared regardless.
Always. Normally they don't come with.
No, always be prepared. But it comes with new hardware as well. Could be because it's thicker, could be because they're just being nice. I'm gonna go with they're being nice and we need it. Ooh, it does work. I ain't mad at it. Are you gonna fix the red light?
Yeah, you just untwist them two things and it's literally just a...
Like a bulb in there?
Yeah, just a bulb.
I ain't mad at it. Cool to have in the shop. I had all these big plans of putting a pretty cool diff cover on it, but they sent me the wrong one, so not tonight. Joke's on me. The wrong beat. I don't know if y'all can see me very well. So I've spent the last 3 or 4 days in Tennessee. First day in Knoxville was super, super cool. I've never spent that much time in Knoxville. Knoxville is a beautiful place. Probably one of my favorite cities in Tennessee as a whole. Got to spend some time downtown, seeing the stadium. I saw one of the coolest shops that I've ever seen. It was kind of sitting up on top of this hill, and the way that they have this Jeep shop set up was just one of the coolest shops that I've ever been to. And I had to make sure to throw them in the video. Shout out to Rock Your 4x4 in Knoxville or just outside of Knoxville. Last 2 days I've been in Nashville, which is also one of my favorite cities. I think my two favorites, they go back and forth depending on whether or not you like Nashville or not. Shout out to Justin at the shop Music City. Had lunch with him yesterday. Shout out to him and Nathan, the guy that works with him. He is super cool as well. And that's where I'm at today. I'm in his little podcast room. I'm actually, this is a little bit of a behind the scenes of something I'm doing for KG1 that may or may not come out in the next month or two. So I got to sit down, do some filming, do some voiceover stuff for them, and we'll see if it ends up making the cut. Now, again, I want to give a shout out to Justin at the shop Music City, one of the coolest shops in the entire country, in my opinion. The way he's got it set up, the lighting in here, he's got a little podcast room. You can see the Good Vibes Only sign behind me. Really nice soundproof room for me to do my work. Always a blessing to have great people around me and good people in your corner, people that support you, people that show love. So I'm always going to do the same. So really all I've got to do is I've got to send a voiceover to KG1. I'm going to sit on my little sofa over here. He sent me an audio file and I have to send him a voiceover of this, so we're going to test this out and see how it goes. We're going to listen to it one time just so you guys can kind of get an idea of what we're going for here. I'm not going to give you too much.
What a year. A journey filled with incredible moments.
Something like a 2024 recap, I think is what it's going to end up being, which again I'm super excited about to be a part of. So shout out to KG1 and the marketing team over there. Here's what we accomplished together. Hey, that wasn't bad. Let's do it again. I'm gonna take my jacket off for this one. A little ASMR of Alex taking his jacket off. $2024. Let's get this bread. I like that little ASMR. I don't even think y'all can see me sitting down here. Whew. I like this kind of stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. 2024, what a year. Stuff like that hypes me up, man. It really does. Oh my goodness. Should I give this one like a laid back, sarcastic kind of tone, or should we keep it more motivational? 2024, what a year. 2024, what a year. All right, we'll do this one more time. And we'll send it to Eric, see what he thinks. Let's get this bread. Hey, it's got a heat though, isn't it? Thank you for being a part of our 2024 story. 2025, here we come. So I'm back from Tennessee. Before I tell you guys what's wrong with the silver truck again, I have to show love to the Saturn truck that no matter what happens in my life, the old boy, old girl over here always cranks first try, always super reliable, knock on wood. Might need my keys. First try, hallelujah, every time. Isn't that crazy?
You love me, girl, you gotta show it. Like, would you still love me if I never had it? Would you still let me grab it?
Sorry, I lost my cooler for a second. The initial issue with the truck was one of the ground wires had come off, touched the exhaust, and burnt a hole into the ground wire. That was my first issue. Leave the truck there for 2 to 3 weeks, just because I don't drive it that much. I drive this one or I get rentals when I'm on the road. Come back, drive it for a full day. One of the headers has started to come loose and I've got an exhaust leak, right? And by no means am I blaming this on anybody that does the work. Could be just something that happens. Like, I'm not upset at all. I'm upset with the truck. I'm not upset with whoever does the work. I love Vandy and them to death. I'm not putting this on them because it's not their fault. I'm just annoyed with the truck is what's happening. So again, I'm leaving the truck. They're gonna put a new gasket on the passenger side header and I'm just gonna leave it. I'm done messing with it for now. But right now I'm headed to meet Justin because we're gonna film a test episode for a podcast that I'm working on.
It's like a different, I almost feel like it's therapy or something, you know?
Welcome to the casting couch.
Oh no.
No.
Pause. I just feel like I gotta get some stuff off my chest.
Okay. Like what?
It's really, in fact, I gotta catch my breath because I came up the stairs.
It is a lot of stairs to get up here. I ain't gonna lie.
Just in the back of my mind, I've always had that goal of 100,000. I could wake up any day, and no matter what was going on, I had 100,000 to think about.
Right.
And that was just my unconditional. That's my goal. Even if I died chasing that, I'm happy.
That's what kept you driven.
Exactly. Just knowing that the plaque would come at some point, and I would just be able to say that I did it. And I could probably, I said this in that episode, that at 100,000, I could set the camera down and never touch it again.
Be done.
And I'd be good. Yeah.
Cool.
Wash my hands with it, never touch camera, and I mean, what more could I accomplish? You know? Mm-hmm. Because I never thought that I would get to that point to begin with. Now that I'm to that point, I just, days and days go by, weeks and weeks, and I continue to ask myself the same thing: what now? Mm-hmm. And I really don't know. Ultimately, the only thing that keeps me going anymore is just my love for content.
Right.
The views are good, numbers are good. I mean, I really have a million. Doesn't seem like something I could really do anytime soon, so it's hard for me to justify in my mind
that being your next goal.
That being my next goal, exactly. Right. So, but I think a podcast is something I really enjoy doing, because having good conversations, picking people's brains, whether it be life, food, trucks, entrepreneurship, just anything.
All of the above.
To be able to sit down and talk with the people. We went to Guthrie's today. I was going to bring Guthrie's on, but if y'all don't know about Guthrie's is better than Cane's. I don't care what y'all say. I'm just throwing that out there. Thank you.
I can agree.
Thank you.
I can agree.
I don't want to say that it's going to give me purpose, but it's kind of going to give me a purpose. And I'm not making this video for people watching that, like, oh, he's in the dumps or he's depressed or anything like that, which isn't the case. Like,
no, it's another way of giving you motivation and keeping you driven. Honestly and truly, in my opinion. I think it's a great way to humble yourself, one, and keep you humble and keep you driven, because you starting from ground zero again, and you gonna build something into being very great, the same way we did with that wide bow tie.
Yeah. Part of me getting on camera on a microphone and saying these things out loud is almost, like I said, I want to get it off my chest. I want to, if I put it out there into the world, maybe it's not on me anymore. You know what I mean? Not to put it on anybody else by no means, but
it's in there. It's
in the universe. I'm getting it off my chest. It's not to myself anymore.
Facts.
And I may this is us testing a podcast. I may not ever even post this. I probably will, but we're still testing things. Again, this the whole point of us sitting down is I don't know what I want to do, but I feel like something about taking this step feels right. Since we've had these conversations today, I'm almost hoping this video, if I might post this just in the hopes that it gets no views. That piece of humble pie, it's
gonna get at least one.
Would be fantastic. Like, you have no idea. I got the urge to drink one night.
You went out and
bought the $40 bottle of Hennessy. And before I got home, I was like, ugh. Yeah, like my mood completely changed. So now, a month later, I'm like, man, I need a shot when I get home. And I get home, I took the smell, and I'm like, I'm good.
He's like, yeah, it smelled like a good time. I'm good right here. I'm right here. I'm cool.
It smelled like a good time.
It smelled like a good time. I'm lit already.
When I moved to Atlanta, I lived in it's a long story. I'm not going to get into the whole story. But I lived in a hotel for 6 months.
Yeah.
Legit, like an extended stay. And that was one of the roughest 6 months period of my life. And I really woke up a bunch of days thinking I was going home the next day. Like, how am I going to make it work? I'm going home. Not that it mattered. I would just go back home to mom's house. But I just didn't want to I didn't want to ooze like that.
Yeah, you didn't want to come up here and you had every ambition to be here and make it work.
Like, I didn't have nothing going on at the time. I had just thrown a couple just little small truck meets in Tallahassee. I had
you talking about the Bojangles meets?
Yeah,
those weren't small meets. Those
it was like 30, 40 people. At the time, they were
big meets,
yeah. I mean, we got free food. I used to eat free at Bojangles at the time.
That's big.
Yeah, in Tallahassee, that's big. Yeah,
that's big.
We could do burnouts at the Bojangles.
Right.
And stuff. Yeah, I mean that That's where the Chick-fil-A comes from. It's always been Chick-fil-A. I grew up eating Chick-fil-A, but it was Bojangles for a year too, for sure. That was back when if McGaughy's liked a picture of mine on Instagram, I thought it was the biggest deal in the world. Like, we are on, you know what I mean? I'm getting a free new kid. Like,
think of that, where you've come from that space in your life to, you know, you just shot a video with Mr. McGaughy's himself.
Steve and
Nick, Steve McGaughy.
Yeah.
That's a full circle moment to where one like would have had you on the top of the world.
Yeah, they flew me out and I did
you did a full tour.
A tour of the facility. Yeah, I mean, shout out to Steve and Nick and the whole everybody over there. Because I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've done so many things that I never thought that I could do. It's like I've almost checked just about everything off the list. Like, what more could I? You know what I mean? Like, I've really, what now? Exactly. I keep thinking that, like, what am I supposed to do?
Where do you move forward from here?
I think at the time when I moved to Atlanta, I had like maybe 6,000-7,000 followers on Instagram, 2,000 or 3,000 on YouTube, maybe at the time. Like, it really was nothing at the time. I remember hitting 10,000 on YouTube.
On top of the moon.
And again, we were up, bro. We done made it.
But when you start from ground zero, when you start from the floor, that's a pinnacle.
So about halfway through the week, the audio input jack on my camera died and I didn't realize it. So I filmed like the back half of this video with terrible audio. I went to Jacksonville and went by Chick-fil-A early in the morning because I thought that would be a cool clip for you guys to see me at Chick-fil-A super early in the morning again. Went by the warehouse in Jacksonville and spent a little bit of time. I spent all day Tuesday over there. Went through Biloxi, went through like South Alabama, Mobile, bunch of areas down that way, came up through Alabama. And then I came back to my house and was doing like a recap of the video that you guys will see. I'm still going to show all of those clips and a couple of those clips, and hopefully the audio comes through okay. But the camera is officially dead, and I'm going to have to figure out what to do because I need to buy a new camera, and I really don't want to, but I do want to. You know what I mean? So that's expensive. So it's not something that we want to do, but I'm going to have to figure that out. That's why the last couple of minutes of this video, the audio is so terrible, but I don't want to refilm that, and I want to give it to you just more authentic. So I'm going to let it ride. I hope you guys enjoy the end of the video. I'm actually going to do a little bit of working today, actually. Seems like you guys think I don't actually ever work. Silver truck always has something wrong with it. Single cab always has something wrong with it. This one's got a transmission. I believe I would assume a leak. It's shifting funny. And it was low last time it was at Vandy's house. So that's what we're checking today. Check the trans fluid. Hopefully it is low. Because if it's not low, well, that's a problem. I think because it's sitting on an incline, it's going to throw us off a little bit. But there's a lot of fluid in there. I guess we're going to move the truck and talk a little bit. Still cranks first try though. Every time. Oh. Got that out. Did you see me hit the curb? I guess let's let it run for a minute. Hadn't been here in 2 weeks. There hadn't been any shows for the last couple of weeks. So it's been kind of slow. I know it's been about 2 weeks since I skipped a week. Normally I post every Sunday. Maybe I'll do more than one video a week. As of right now, it's been every Sunday. Skipped last weekend. I only had like half a video filmed, and I didn't want to put out anything until I had like a full, good, solid thing together. Me and Justin did test that episode of the podcast last week, so if you guys have any feedback on that podcast episode, make sure you guys drop some comments below for the Breaking Bread podcast. I think it's something I'm going to do. I was actually going to test an episode when I was in Mississippi with Justin from Flawless Whips. Different Justin, but the timing didn't work out. So if you guys want to see me make the trip to Mississippi and make that happen, you know, it would definitely be on, you know, one of the top first candidates or one of the top first guests on my list to try and do. I would love to do that one personally. Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, all in this video. Bring you guys along, show some of what happens on the road. I don't film too much when I'm on the road because I'm kind of off in my own world, just kind of, you know, working a little bit, actually working instead of just filming and going to shows and stuff, you know. And going to shows is still working. I know you guys think we just have fun, but it's definitely more work than anything. People act like they can't drive around the truck. It drives me crazy. My HOA is a nightmare in this neighborhood. Probably my last video before the end of the year, so I want to thank you guys for, you know, such a crazy year that it's been. You know, starting at Southern Tire, still love those guys to death. You know, no bad blood on my end at all. I still, hell, they were in this video at least once or twice. You know, and ending the year with KG1, having a full calendar year next year at KG1 will be pretty exciting. I think there's there's going to be a lot that happens next year. A lot of shows that I didn't get to go to, you know, all the same shows, but, you know, in a different light and a different, you know, point of view, being with KG1 now and the opportunities with them. Definitely blessed to be here, hit 100,000 this year. Still haven't opened my plaque, which is something we talked about in that episode of the podcast that I may not have put the clip in here. I just haven't opened it yet because I don't want to give up on that chasing of 100,000. You know what I mean? If I open it, then it's finally over, and I don't want it to be over. I still want to be chasing something. So that's kind of what I'm holding off for, I guess is the best way to put it. Silver trucks, I don't even want to talk about the silver truck. Like I said, this one's got, I think, a trans leak or something, so I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on with this. I might get a new vehicle soon because I'm just tired of dealing with both of them, to be honest. Great way to end off the year, kind of let you guys know what's going on. Been a little bit slow, obviously, because there's no shows or anything, but content's still coming, podcast is coming. I'm definitely excited. Got some brand deals that I'm going to start first of the year, some different companies I want to work with, which brings new content to the channel, kind of like you guys saw me test that in the beginning. The video didn't end up working out right. The company sent me the wrong part is really what it was. That's why I didn't put the company in the video, but we've got some other stuff that we're going to do with some other companies as well. Just add something fun to the channel again. There's a DoorDash guy just staring at me right now. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. When somebody's staring at you filming, it's always weird, you know. One of my favorite things right now on the channel, which I haven't really talked about, is these Brunt boots. They sent me a pair, and I've been testing them for the last couple of weeks. I have not taken them off since I got them, to be honest, and I absolutely love them. They didn't pay me to say this or anything like that. They just reached out to me on Instagram, said I wanted to try them. I needed some new boots anyway, because I'm bad about leaving mine outside and then just never going to get them. So I've been trying these for the last couple of weeks, and I'm sure some of you have seen me wearing them. I have not taken them off. I absolutely love them, so there'll be some content coming over time with them, hopefully. I did just go check the single cab, and after it's let it sit level in the street and let it run for a minute, it's definitely low, so I'm hoping that's my issue. It's just a little bit low on trans fluid. I think one of the rear seals, like where the drive shaft is leaking, and that's something that I can get Vandy to fix. If you guys will just continue to follow along and support, I love you guys. I'm working on merch. That's something that I'm really focusing on first of the year. To be honest, I think I'm gonna have Flawless Whips do it. I think I'm gonna have them just do the shirts, have them on their website, everything like that. I need Justin to send me the winner of the giveaway so I can throw that at the end of this video as well. If you guys want to know who the winner of the giveaway was for the Flawless Whips hat, make sure you guys stay to the end of the video. I'll throw a screenshot or a quick clip of him picking the winner of the video. And I just thought it would be cool if he did that instead of me, just so you guys don't think it's rigged. He's going to pick somebody random in the comments for the last one. If you guys want to see another giveaway, drop that comment below as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the day. Happy holidays. Let's get his bread.
That's what I'm talking about.